Marcie joins us from Minnesota. She's talking about the well-read mom, and thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Kevin and Bonnie. It's great to be here.
Good. It was great to see you this morning on the test. We saw this beautiful dock outside of her house, so we're kind of all dreaming about that.
Oh, wow, jumping in, yeah.
But we've got to get to, like, what started you with the well-read mom and how you and your adult daughter was instrumental in helping you found the book club. Tell us about it.
Well, thanks. It all started when I was giving some talks in the area up here to mothers groups, and they said, call it whatever you want. So I called it Well-Read Mom, and I wanted to find out what women were reading. And I would drive home sad from these talks because I realized that women weren't reading. And the number one reason was I don't have time. So at that same time, I realized I wasn't reading quality literature myself either. I was reading maybe some self-help books, but not literature. And I used to enjoy that. So I was recognizing I wasn't exactly continuing in a practice of being a well-read mom. And at that time, my daughter had her first child. And she called me one day, and she was almost in tears. And she said, Mom, I'm not going back to these mothers groups. I've been there 3 times, and it seems like all we talk about is our kids. What kind of diaper, She said, isn't there a place after college where women get together and talk about the real questions of life? And it was at that time kind of my need to read more and read well, and Beth's need to be with other women. Being a stay-at-home mom can be extremely lonely. I think a lot of women have experienced that. And so there's this need to gather with other women, and actually we use online to facilitate face-to-face groups. So the groups usually meet in person. But anyway, that's how Well-Read Mom was born, was through my daughter's longing and cry to be with other women in a meaningful, sort of focused, directed way, and my own need to read great and worthy books. That's how it began.
And talk about this amazing online community and how you foster great appreciation for great books. What's your experience been so far?
Well, we'll be starting our 9th year, and the themes, because I was thinking, how do I organize these books? I pulled 150 books off my bookshelf at home when we were starting this. And I said, Beth, why don't you get some women together in St. Paul, Minnesota, and I'll get some people together in my little town of Crosby, Minnesota, and I'll prepare an audio so that you can listen to it, because you won't have to prepare anything. We'll make this as easy as could be. So I took this list of books, and I didn't know how to organize them. And I was reading Pope John Paul's letter to women, and I understood that he was thanking women in their various capacities. Thank you, women who work. Thank you, women who are mothers. Thank you, women who are daughters. He was acknowledging and thanking women in their various capacities. And so the years that we have are around those capacities that a woman has. So this year is Year of the Sister, and our books follow roughly around that theme of sister.
That's really cool.
That's, yeah, we have hundreds of groups, thousands of women now across the United States. Of course, this year with COVID, it's a little different. So we're encouraging maybe smaller groups, still meeting when you can, face-to-face or online if you have to. But there's something about discussing literature that opens us up to the questions and helps us realize our need for a savior. We're broken. So it kind of gives us space to think about the questions of life.
I learned about you through the podcast with Jules, and you expressed your excitement about hosting an actual in-person event. Tell us how it came about and how the whole thing went.
Oh, and in person, we've been doing conferences.
Yeah.
And I remember being nervous for my first conference because who am I? I'm not a literature expert. I'm an amateur. I just have a love for reading and always have. Although you don't have to be an avid reader to be a well-read mom. Whatever level you're at is just fine. But anyway, we had our first conference at the University of St. Thomas in St. Paul, Minnesota, and we've been having conferences ever since. So
That's great. It's wonderful to hear that there's, a broad spectrum of participants, and, somebody who just kind of dabbles in some good literature, somebody like me who reads some junk books and then tries to read some good books. Tell us where people can learn more about the Well-Read Mom.
Well, we have a website, and if you want to hear more about this story, I wrote this book called The Well-Read Mom, and it's our story. It's about why reading matters for women, and it's about how to start your own reading practice. So lots of tips, and along with our reading list, and we'll give it free shipping today if you order today. So
that's great.
Go to our website, Well-Read Mom.
That's perfect. So wellreadmom.com and order today for free shipping. Certainly reading is an art, and we applaud you for encouraging that, because reading is beyond fundamental. It's life-giving. So thanks so much for your time today, Marcie.
Oh, thanks so much. Anytime.
Thanks.